If you can afford that car payment, get the motherfucking car. If you can't, don't try to discourage other people who can. Like, shut the fuck up. Damn.
And I'm really praying that something happens with this economy where it's a little bit better.
I'm not picking on you, and I'm really sorry if you get any backlash from this video.
Cars that I've owned and their car payments. Let's start off with some of y'all dream car that I keep telling y'all not to buy.
To repo my car. So I am repoing my own car because I am now thinking of my exit strategy.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Michael, aka Mr. Drake Visions, and I am your credit CEO, back with another one. You see the title, you see the thumbnail, so without further ado, let's get back into it.
I don't know why nobody else has said it, but can we stop with the car payment slander? A car payment is only an issue to somebody who can't afford a car payment. If you can afford that car payment, get the motherfucking car. If you can't, don't try to discourage other people who can. Like, shut the fuck up. Damn.
Big screen. Hey man, look, I think we all know the obvious here, right? She is like kind of out of touch of what we should be saving or striving for, right? She probably don't got no kids. She probably ain't got no legacies like she's saving for. She don't understand why you need to not have a high car payment, right? Because that money could be better used somewhere else, quite frankly, right? And then there's other people who are out here making decisions based on information they don't know or information they do know. Now, she's assuming that everybody knows the information. They're just making a conscious decision to pick a high car payment or afford the car they want to afford. Well, in the next video that we see, somebody got a high car payment, but he didn't know no better. So I guess if we look at stuff from our point of view all the time, then we'll never ever, understand why people rationalize stuff the way they do, why people do the stuff they do, or we'll be ignorant to the situations of anybody else. So let's watch this next video, and then we're gonna kind of tie it back into this video because this person seems to think that everybody just getting what they can't afford versus getting screwed over maybe at the dealership.
Not paying off my car, but I'm paying my car currently right now. And let me know if this is a scam. I'm pretty sure it is. I was young when I got this car, guys. Please don't get mad at me. But so my car payment a month is $600.
Let me pause right here. I like the genuine attitude of this guy, man. He don't want people to be mad at him, and he think he made a wrong decision. And this is the type of attitude we need to have when, going into situations. His mom helped him get a car. He think he got scammed, but we want to listen to him, but he's not taking himself too serious. I think he's just putting this information out there because number one, he's young. So he wants to learn from his mistakes, which with like the last video I said, she was all negative and, talking crap about people with the high car payments. But this seemed to be a person with a high car payment, and he just want to understand and learn. So he just put it out there so everybody can teach him. Or, let's get back into the rest of it.
I used to work like in the Dallas area, and my car basically broke down, the car that I previously had, and I needed a car to go to work like badly. I had no money saved up. My mom told me, oh, it's a good idea, get this car. So my mom was really the one who like pushed me to get the car, even though I knew that $500 a month was way too much. At first my car was $500 a month, and then later on, like 6 months later, they told me that I needed to start paying collateral or something like that. So they're charging me an extra $100 now. So now $600 a month. And I mean, it takes away like literally like a big chunk of my paycheck. And the car payment itself is just too much, right? Like it takes so much fucking money for me. Usually people's car payments are like $300 and stuff like that. But since my down payment was so little, now it's $600 a month, and it's a big mistake I have to live with. I guess you learn. I don't fucking know, but I hate this car payment.
Big screen. Hey man, I love when people are humble like this, and I hope he gets the information that he needs. In the chat, y'all let me know, what is that extra $100 for? All right, so he said he made his car payments on time for the first 6 months. Then after that, they added another $100 a month, and they call it collateral. I honestly think he should go see a consumer lawyer because that just don't make sense to me. But his video combined with the first video, you can see like people different perspectives of how they think about the same idea. One is a more negative way and another one is a more positive way. I like what he's doing, but he probably got screwed on this one car payment. He might be able to get out of it, or something might happen. I don't know. And the next one he can probably learn from all the feedback he's getting on this video, because with the energy he got, I'm pretty sure somebody going to want to help him. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the next one.
Hey you, I'm not picking on you, and I'm really sorry if you get any backlash from this video. I apologize in advance, but I needed to address this.
Who is you? Me? I ain't gonna take no offense to this.
So in an earlier comment, you said, how are people paying more than $500 for a car? That is insane. A lot of people liked it, a lot of people agreed.
Hold on. I'm sorry I keep stopping y'all. Look, I kind of want to preface this and I want to tell you guys, she is a car salesman. All right. I reacted to another one of her things before, but she's a car salesman. So she's going to try to normalize and I ain't going to say gaslight, but she's going to talk favorably about car payments and stuff like that. So let's hear what she got to say.
$500 is ridiculous for a car payment. But then you says that their car was $35,000 and they only pay $350. Granted, they put a big down payment. Boom. You didn't know that when you saw Yu's first comment. So let's break down this math. Here we are. So Yu's car was
The person in the comment, their name is you. That's why I got messed up. When she said, "Hey, you," I don't know. But so you says my car payment is $35K. Well, my car is $35K and I pay $350. But granted, I did put down such a big down payment.
$35,000. I'm using 60 months as the term because a lot of you said it's ridiculous to finance a car for 6 years. So we're using 5 years. I use a very aggressive interest rate on a brand new car from one of my local credit unions, okay? I'm in New York, sales tax is 8.625%. That adds another little over $3,000 in reference to your loan. Assuming you're putting zero down, your DMVs, your registration fees, what do you know? A $753 payment with no money down. Can we all agree to stop comparing each other's payments?
Okay, cool. $753 car payment for 60 months for a $35,000 car. Okay, so if you take this whole loan to term, I think it'll end up being like $45,000. You guys that good at math in the chat, y'all let me know how much this is. If you take this whole thing to term and you don't pay anything extra and you just follow the 5-year car payments. Okay, now for a brand new car, 6% interest rate is very aggressive, like she said, I guess. But most people don't get new cars. Most people get used cars, and most people don't have a perfect credit score. Now, I'm not trying to say that used credit score is perfect, but everybody has like dinks and dunks with their credit. So that 6% that she giving, that 6% that she's saying is probably going to be like 12 to 15% for the average American. So once you go to that extreme, then the price drastically change. Like you paying double on interest. So instead of you paying $35,000 for a car, you're paying like $55,000 for a car. Now that's not including like gap insurance and stuff like that. So hypothetically, if you were to not take that car to term and you trade it in or whatever, the negative equity then compounds on your next cars. There's so many factors, but like I said, she's a car salesman, so I understand why she's trying to make this thing normal because her livelihood depends on it.
So I am looking into new cars to buy next year, and I'm really praying that something happens with this economy where it's a little bit better. When my mom bought this car for me in 2019, I think, or 2018, it was like 16K, and it was 4 years old, and it had like 40,000 miles on it. It's a Toyota Corolla. I'm looking at cars that are, 2-3 years old with 30K miles on it or something, because I want another Toyota, because Toyotas are going to last us a lifetime. The only reason I'm looking for a new one is because this car is going to get passed down. The cars are $30,000 to $35,000 for Toyota Corollas, Camrys, and RAV4s. I'm looking into an SUV just to have more space because this is going to be like my 10, 15, 20-year car. They're $35,000 going right now for a used 20 to 30 to 40,000 mile 2022.
Hey man, I really rock with her. I think she probably need to dial back those years a little bit. For what she want, I think she's in the right mind state. So she's looking at the same type of car, the Corolla, the Camry, the RAV4s, whatever. I think the RAV4 is probably a little bit aggressive for her right now. But I think she need to dial it back a couple years. The way I do it is I look at the body style versus what type of features it got. So just look at the oldest body style that got the same features that you want. So I think back in 2014, the Camry kind of changed up a little bit, the body style. They went back to they had this little round front around the 2013 time. When 2014 hit, they kind of changed it back, and then they had like the touchscreen stuff. Now, if she can go back to like 14, and I think every 4 to 5 years they might change their stuff up. So if she look around maybe 20, I think she's looking at 22. So if she go back to like 2019, I think she might be able to get what she want. But also if she play with the mileage and stuff like that, what I learned was if you go like Car Gurus or something like that, you can get a car from way in Wisconsin or something like that, and then you can just pay the delivery fee, which will then come out to be like a lot cheaper than what you would get in Florida. And that's just from my experience. And I'm just using Florida as a base because that's where I am now. So what do y'all think? Go down a couple models to get the interest rates you want, because ultimately what she wants is to save a lot more money. So if she really don't care what she's driving and she don't want that Apple CarPlay that everybody be getting, then I think she'll be good with like a 14 through 16 as long as the mileage is good. All right, y'all. So with this one, I'm sorry, this one is going to be a little bit longer. So I might pause it 2 or 3 times within to kind of talk about what's going on here. Well, I pre-watched the video, so I already know what they're talking about. So I want to watch it with you guys, and I want to tell you what I thought about it.
The cars that I've owned and their car payments. Let's start off with some of y'all dream car that I keep telling y'all not to buy because it's a lemon. But it's the 23 Jeep Wrangler. This one was $973 a month. Up next, we
some context for y'all so y'all can understand. I think she's renting out these cars. She's doing like a Toro fleet. And also Jeep, they're notorious for electrical issues. So that's what she called it, a limit. But she's going to be talking about some prices and stuff that I do not condone unless you're trying to run a business. Even with running a business, I still don't condone some of these prices because they are outrageously high. And then she's paying 6 figures for some type of car. I don't know. We about to see.
We have my 20 Dodge Challenger. This was the 50th edition. It was $1,060 a month. Then we have my baby that they have not repossessed because that's my soulmate. I love
her. Okay. And yeah, y'all heard that, right? She said her baby that they didn't repossess. So I'm assuming she got all of her cars repossessed. We might have to revisit her in the future because this is kind of alarming.
my car. This is the 22 Tesla Model 3 long range. This payment was $1,163 a month. I need to do a video on how much these cars are worth now. It'll shock you. Then we have another one of y'all dream cars that I keep telling y'all not to buy too. 23 Mercedes-Benz C300. This one was $12 a month. Then we have Bronquisha, the Bronco. This one was a 22 Bronco, and the payment on this was $1,219 a month. Then we have my 22 Dodge Durango with the red seats. It was so cute. This one was $1,224 a month. My biggest moneymaker ever was this car, the 20 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. This one was $1,260 a month. Look at my son. He was so cute. But anyway, the 23 Dodge Charger, this was the last call, $1,508 a month. I know. Last but not least, the only and last 6-figure car that I'll ever own, 22 Hellcat, $1,700 a month. $1,700.
Big screen. All right. I didn't stop the video as much as I thought I would because you guys can just rewind it back and hear those prices. So when I was listening to the video the first time, when I was hearing the prices, I didn't know that she was paying 6 figures for these cars. So I think the highest one was that Red Eye that she had, 6-figure car, $1,700 a month. I think with good credit that might be the play, but when renting out cars and stuff, I don't think you want to like play in that area of 6-figure cars because those cars are notorious for being wrecked. And I don't think she was going to get her money back unless she got Gap. But if you run in a business like a rental car fleet, I don't know if you got Gap. I know you just got to have some renter's insurance or something like that. Or maybe you can make the person who's renting a car foot the insurance bill. But other than that, I wouldn't recommend buying top tier cars for rentals. If you're going to buy a 6-figure car, go with an older Lamborghini or something like that, right? And the reason why I said go with an older Lamborghini when you rent cars is because you will be able to charge because of the name, and then you will be able to put a miles restriction on it. And most people, those type of cars, chargers or whatever, they'll do an engine swap. They'll get your car for a week, do an engine swap, and bring it back with a whole different engine. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you just out of luck. But without further ado, let's get into the last one.
To repo my car. So I am repoing my own car because I am now thinking of my exit strategy. The life that I'm living now, it just goes from like work, stress, not happy, not fulfillment, and just that shock with thinking that I violated my probation and I was going back to prison.
Hold up. This is the video I need to pause on because I'm like shell shocked for the stuff she was saying. She's like, violate her probation, going back to jail, and then she's talking about getting a raise. And I want to make some points when we listen to her talk because this is like the most craziest thing I heard on social media in a long time.
It just gave me a new perspective on life. So I am thinking about my exit strategy from everything. Like the situation currently that I feel that I've put myself in since I've gotten out of prison, it's just time for a whole exit strategy, right? And I feel like the first step to an exit strategy is to downgrade my expenses. Can I afford my car? Yes and no. Yes, because I don't have.
All right, y'all, we about to do a lot of mental gymnastics to try to figure out how we can afford this car, but we can't afford this car all at the same time, all right? And I'm almost guaranteeing, I didn't watch this full video yet. I'm almost guaranteeing that no thoughts of the future is going on in this person's head, right? So it's like maybe 5 years in the future, but not something that's 20 years in the future. You know what I'm saying? That's why, when people talk about payments and stuff like that, they really don't care. All right, now listen to the logic and the thinking. This person says, hey, I can pay my car payment and still get my nails done. Not, I can pay my car payment and put $1,000 away for the future. I can pay my car payment and put $500 away for the future. I can pay my car payment and put $100 away for the future. It's pay my car payment, my nails and my hair. You see what I'm saying? You're going to catch the trend.
I do not have to move my life around or change anything for my car note. And also, I got this car 2 years ago. May will be 2 years. I got this car 2 raises ago. And I'm not talking about like a 50-cent raise. I'm not talking about like, $1 raise, $2 raise. I'm on salary. I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars, right? Tens of thousands of dollars raise. So I got this car 2 raises ago, right?
Okay. When we're talking about salary and we're talking about raises, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but when I joined the military, I found out that I was only being paid about $2 to maybe $5 an hour. Because when you're on these salary jobs, they can call you in when they want to, especially the military. Let's just do the military. I'm never off of duty really, because if something happens, they can call me back and recall me at any time. So technically, even when I'm asleep, I'm working. Even when I'm at work, I'm working. Even when, unless you like taking leave or something, you working. Something pop off, you got to come back to work. And like, you always on call. So when she's talking about $10,000 a year for a salary, I don't know how much that is personally. So I guess that's an extra $1,000 a month, extra $1,000 a month. So I guess she is making a good bit of money. Yeah, that's an extra $1,000 a year. I guess that is making a good bit of money.
So I can afford it. The no part where I can't afford it is because why spend this much money when I don't have to? I feel like I need to lower all of my expenses so that I can maximize on what I save. And then when I do decide to exit, then I could just go ahead and I can feel.
Hey, hold on. I had to stop one more time. When was the moment you decided, hey, I don't need to please anyone else. I need to prepare for my future? I think that's what's going on here. I went through the same thing. I went through the same exact thing she did.
More comfortable. And I know there's people like, just jump out on faith. But listen, let me tell y'all something about faith. Just because you made a decision to do something, that don't mean that God told you to do that, right? God ain't told me to just quit my job. Now, he did tell me that there is greater in me than what's in the world. He also told me that I have a purpose, and he did not tell me my purpose was working salary for my company. He did tell me that, but he ain't tell me I need you to quit, right? Okay, so I'm not going to quit and then expect for God to just move mountains, even though he can, and he always does. I'm not going to test him. And when I thought I violated my probation, not one time did I think about this car. And I do love my car. I love her so much. Like, look at the sunroof. Like, it go from here. Come on now, right? And I don't even care if they be like, well, here go a 2000 Honda. Well, they ain't gonna sell me a Honda, but a 2000 Kia Forte. Well, yeah, how much that cost? Yeah, let me get that. So let's go to Kia.
Man, I'm sorry y'all this taking so long. She's in love with that car. And in her head, she already was like, I ain't getting this car. I'm gonna get this car. So already she could be doing so much better if she just didn't care what people thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much in the chat? How much do you really care about a sunroof? Are you willing to spend the extra $10K on a car for a sunroof? or extra 5K for a sunroof?
All right, so we are at the dealership. I had to put my hair up because I tried the heatless curls I seen on TikTok and it was an epic fail. But I'm talking to him and I was like, I want to see the cheapest car. They showed me the Kia Soul, but I feel like that is the ugliest car
Kia Soul is the ugliest car in the world. I agree with her with this.
on the road, so I can't drive a Kia Soul. I'm sorry. And then they said the next best thing is a Kia Forte. So I seen a white one, and right now it's the gray one. I'm about to drive it, and he said that it's a 24. And like I just told y'all, I don't care if it's a 2000, but this brand new Forte is $22,000. So we gonna check it out. We gonna drive it. I told him I don't have to drive it, but he was like, I still want you to drive it. So we're about to test drive the gray Kia Forte. So I know y'all thought I was playing. Not playing. My new car, I traded it in. So I
No, she don't got a sunroof.
traded in my 2023 Kia Sportage for a 2024 Kia Forte. Yes, it is a 24. I did not care that it was a 24. It just so happens that that's the car I got. Like, it could have been a 1924 for all I care. But the car note is literally like almost $300 cheaper. Like, period. Right? It is very much very different. Very much different. But listen, do what you got to do to get where you need to get, honey. Don't give a damn about a car. This could have been, listen, it could have been a motorized scooter. If it was going to get me where I needed to go and it was cheaper than what I was paying, that's what I was going to have.
She don't believe that. Y'all think she believe that?
So, baby, do what you got to do to get where you're trying to go. Like, stop making excuses and just do it. Because I am so humbled to be in this car. Like, it's still a blessing, and don't get it twisted. Like, I'm not saying I'm not blessed, because this car is still a blessing, right? It's a brand new car. It's just, it's not as nice as my old one. But listen, got to do what you got to do.
Big screen. All right, man. I know I paused a lot in that, going back and forth, but she was definitely hurt that she couldn't afford the car that she wanted. I applaud her. Look, man, I applaud her for, making a grown up decision, because far too often we try to please others. She really loved that sunroof. She loved those red seats. I think she could have went a year or two backwards, a year or four backwards in order to get a better car payment, because I think her future is going to be bright if she's working at if she's getting raises like she says she's getting raises, and she is not worried about getting laid off. I think she should have just bit the bullet, because if you're making an extra $1,000 a month in 2 years, she could potentially just buy that car outright if she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So if she would have bit the bullet, she would have got what she deserved. I know I hear the hurt in her voice as far as, trying to get that car, or, doing what she want to do. And, with the chain and the glasses and stuff, I know she just wanted something a little bit better. She was kind of hurt, but hey, man, that's the first step of getting your life together, man, is doing what you don't want to do to get where you need to go in your life. So with that being said, man, I got 2 more videos that I want you guys to watch right here, and then you can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content, man. Let's learn from other people's mistakes. A wise man once said that you can learn from your own mistakes, or you can learn from somebody else's mistakes. And I'd rather learn from somebody else's mistakes. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.